Hey everybody, it's Missy. Thanks for joining me today. I have another layout for the Cocoa Vanilla Studio design team, and I'm wrapping up our Easter/spring theme, and I decided to do another fun, bright spring page, and I'm going to be using the Make-A-Wish collection, but this background paper is from the Love Always collection, and so that's the paper that I'm going to use for my background. This is one of the exclusive Cocoa Vanilla Studio cut files, and this is the picture that I'm going to use. A very fun, cute, bright spring photo of my daughter swinging at the park. So what I envisioned was a big green leaf with a bunch of these beautiful florals, flowers, fussy cut ones, die cut ones, vellum ones, kind of all around this big leaf. And so I took this cut file, and like I said, it's one of the Cocoa Vanilla Studio ones, and you can find that on the blog or on the website. And I blew it up really big, and so it's going to be a big design element on the page. And I'm going to color it. I just used white cardstock here because I did not have any green pattern paper. So this is one of my Shimmers paints, and it's called Let Us Get Together, and it's the perfect spring green color. I love it. And I'm just using a brush and just kind of painting it on. I mean, no rhyme or reason here. I didn't use any gesso or anything like that. And I'm just trying to make it very bright and springy. So I'm going to take a gelato, and this is a more of a deeper, not deeper, I guess you could say more of a pea green color, and I'm just going to add some shading. I'm just smudging the gelato onto the leaf and then smudging it with my hand, and it's still kind of wet from the paint, and so it smudges really easily. And I didn't want to smudge too hard because, you know, I didn't put any gesso down or anything, and I like how that looks. It looks a little more, you know, dimensional there with the shading. So I'm going to take some time and fussy cut a lot of these flowers out. I think these flowers are some of the most gorgeous ones ever. Definitely some of my most favorite ones, especially from Cocoa Vanilla. It's a tie between these and the Wild at Heart flowers. They're so, so pretty. Just the colors are my favorite. And so I'm not going to make you watch me fussy cut everything out because that's boring to watch. But I'm going to cut out some of the smaller ones and some of the big roses. So I've got pink, orange, and yellow, and some green stems and leaves and things. And I'm going to kind of mix and match with some of the die cut ephemera flowers. So I'm going to go back to my leaf now and add even a little bit more shading. This is another Shimmers spray, and it's more of an aqua bluish color. And I'm just going to blend it in with my brush just to give it a little bit more depth and shading. And this is another blue color. And I love how that's looking. I use florals or flowers and, you know, things like that a lot on my layouts, but I've never done a really big leaf. And so this idea popped into my head, and I thought I would give it a try and see how it looked. And I think it turned out really cute. So I'm going to use my one picture sort of right there where you see it now. I wanted her kind of over on the right hand half of the page since she's looking back toward the opposite direction, so it kind of looks like she's looking across the page. And I printed this one in color because I felt like it matched this collection perfectly. She's got a yellow shirt on, there's some green in the background, and there's some pink on her shirt as well. And I just kind of wanted it to look sort of like this, just with, you know, flowers kind of coming out from around the picture on both sides and kind of just around the leaf. Just kind of a random bouquet of flowers exploding, I guess you could say. But I didn't want to cover up a lot of the background because I love that soft blue color showing through. It kind of reminds me of sky. And it's a great pattern paper for a background because it's still really light and neutral enough that you can add things to it. And so I'm going to add some gesso to it, and that's going to give me a little bit more of a blendable surface to work with. And I'm going to try something a little different. I have not used my Prima oil pastels in a while, and so I'm going to use those to start, and I'm going to just create some different shades of blue for the background. I'm just scribbling them onto some plastic, using my paintbrush to smudge a little bit of water around, and then flipping it over and smudging it down. And now that my paper is a little bit wet, the oil pastels will smudge really nicely on top of that gesso. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to use the packaging and then just directly draw or smudge onto the background. Now, if I would not have used the gesso, probably would not blend as well, because it sort of acts as a barrier between the paint and the paper, and it smudges so much easier when you have the gesso on there. So I just kind of want some messy splotches that are going to be peeking from behind the leaf and the flowers. And I'm just kind of using a light blue, a turquoise, more of an aqua color, and just smudging away. Yeah, I think I tried the packaging technique on literally every thing that I own, whether it's inks or watercolors or gelatos or oil pastels or pastes. I always have to give it the old packaging technique try to see how it works, and it's just one of my favorite things to do because you can see the results that you get almost every time. I love how it looks. I never get tired of doing it, and I never get tired of seeing how it looks. I'm adding in some yellow and some orange because these are the colors of my flowers. And I keep bringing the leaf back in so you can kind of see how it's going to look once the leaf is back on the page. This is an older shimmers. I've had it for quite a while. You can see the nozzle's pretty long, and that's an orange. I believe it's a Vibes Sunset Strip. This is more of a golden yellow color called Glorious Day, and when it dries it's kind of a shimmery gold color, and that's Jenny B Blue, one of my favorite blues ever. And I love how this is looking. I think it's going to look really pretty with the green. So I didn't use any green on the background because the leaf is so green, and it's got plenty of green on the leaves of the flowers also. Still going on my background. I know I take a long time on my backgrounds, but I want it to be, you know, perfect for me, perfect in my eyes, and I want to get it just like I like it. I want to make sure that all the colors are represented where I want them to be. So I've got yellow kind of in 3 spots. I've got some orange in 3 spots. And I don't do any packaging technique with the pink color. I just add some splatters because I have a lot of pink going on in the flowers. I love how that looks. It's bright, but it's still soft. And I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive behind the center of the flower there because I'm eventually going to run it through my sewing machine here in a little bit. So I'm going to start with layering and start to work on the embellishing. And I'm going to add a little bit of tissue paper behind my picture. And then I'm going to start to come back in with all those flowers and sort of rebuild what I had earlier. And some of them are going to be on top of the leaf. Some of them are going to be kind of underneath it. But this collection is so gorgeous. And even though it's a birthday collection, clearly you can see it's very versatile. You can use it for so many things. It's perfect for making a spring layout. I mean, I don't even think I've actually made a birthday layout with it, and I think I've made at least 4 pages using that collection. So I'm going to play around with some things. This is the 3x4, well, it's not all 3x4, but different sizes of cut aparts, and I'm going to use that little white and flowery, did I just say flowery? Oh, that's not a word. Flowery card there, and I'm going to use it as a background layer. I wanted some more yellow underneath the picture, so I went to my cardstock stash and found an old scrap of yellow, and it was the perfect size and perfect color to layer there. So that was some foam I just added underneath the picture, and I'm gonna lightly start to stick down my flowers because I feel like if I keep moving them, I'm never gonna get them back like I like them. So, and like I said, I'm mixing and matching with the ones that I fussy cut, some of the die cut ephemera flowers, and then some of the vellum flowers. Those vellum ones are so pretty and soft. So here's where I did some stitching. I took everything off that wasn't already stuck down. I added some tangled thread underneath parts of the leaf, and then I used the same color green and just did a straight stitch around the edges and through all of the leaves. And now you can still see how the edges curl up. I didn't go all the way to the tips of the leaves, so they can still kind of curl up and give some dimension. But I wanted some pops of thread under there, so I stuck some of the thread under there before I did the stitching, so it's adhered down. And I'm going to work on gluing things down. I pretty much have everything where I like it, so I'm going to go ahead and get that stuck down. And I just used pink and yellow thread, but like I said, I used green to stitch through the leaves. So now I'm going to come back in and glue the rest of those flowers down. I wish I had like 100 more packs of these flowers, the ephemera. And I have a whole nother sheet of the 12 by 12 paper that I fussy cut from, just because it's such a beautiful piece of paper. And I did something to my fine liner bottle. I have glue coming out 2 areas there. I don't know if I pulled it too hard or what, but I've had this bottle for quite a while. You can see it's pretty dirty and sticky, but it's worked very well for quite a while. I have a spare, so I'm still going to work on embellishing here. I'm going to work on using or going through some of the die cuts and some of the chipboard pieces, and I pull out some things that I think I might use. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for my title or where I wanted to put it, but I am going to use a flare button, and it says fun, and I'm going to layer it in right to the left of the picture, and I'm going to use some thread there, kind of made into a circle to kind of outline that flare button. And then this is just a little chipboard piece that says hello, and I just thought I added a fun little pop of blue over there. So I decided for my title to fussy cut some more things, and if you have this collection, you probably have this paper full of words. So I decided to fussy cut out the word love. And I love how that kind of blends in. You can still read it, but it kind of blends in with all the colors. So pretty. And so to brighten it up just a little bit and make it stand out a little more, I'm going to add some yellow tangled thread. Once I get it like I like it and decide where it needs to go, I'm going to kind of tuck it underneath the edge of the leaf. I'm going to get that glued down, and then I'm going to work on adding, this is going to wind up being my title. This is from the cardstock sticker sheet. It says, "These are good times." And I'm just going to layer it over the word love, because this is just, you know, we're at the park and she's having fun and she's laughing and smiling in the swing, and it was a good time. And every time she's in the swing, it's a good time. So I thought that was a very good title, and it was already done for me, so I didn't have to think too hard. And these are just some cute little stickers. One says smile, one says oh yeah. And they're also from that cardstock sticker sheet. I'm going to come in and add some lines so my journaling won't be too crooked. And a lot of people ask me where I got my T-square ruler. I got it from Joann's online, and I think it was like $2, $2.50. It was super cheap. It was great. I was very excited to find it and then find out that it was so cheap. But I added some splatters and added the date stamp, and that's the final page. I love how this turned out. I love the colors. I love it just kind of like a bouquet of flowers, and she's kind of in the middle of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything. Make sure you check out the Cocoa Vanilla blog and the website, and check out all of the available collections that are still available in the store. And I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.